The Most Magnificent Thing by Ashley Spires. This was dedicated for all the little perfectionists in the world, meaning kids who try to do everything perfectly. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. So her best friend is her little dog. She makes things. He unmakes things. One day, the girl has a wonderful idea. She's going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. She gets her dog to be her assistant. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. Look at all those supplies she's gathering. Looks like a lot of people's junk. Some of those people look happy, some look a little grouchy. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures, while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. He's not too helpful. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It's all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. Then she is finished. She stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. She decides to try again. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square. She makes it round. She gives it legs. She adds antenna. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese. But none of them are magnificent. She's just not happy so far with how her inventions are turning out. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. She has such a good idea, but it's hard for her to bring it to life. She gets mad. Ooh, she feels angry because her idea is not working out. The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands feel too big to work, and her brain is too full of all the not right things. If only the thing would just work. I feel her frustration for her. She has this great idea, and she just can't get out of her mind right. Crunch. Uh-oh. Now she's got her finger. The pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain, and she explodes. It's not her finest moment. She lost her patience. See that? I'm no good at this. I quit. That's not a growth mind. Her assistant suggests a walk. But maybe let's take a little break and rethink things. It's not much help at first. Oh, he meets another dog, and they start to play. And look, you can see her personality is changing a bit. She's starting to relax. But before long, she starts to feel different. Oh, she sees a man with balloons. She buys a yummy treat. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. She's lost her angry feeling by taking that break. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again. Then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel to seat ratio of the next. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, and twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions to chase off the squirrel. So she's had a new perspective of how these things look. The neighbors are even helping them. Boy at the back says, "This one's all wet." And the lady says, "This will stop that leak." And the gentleman says, "This is the perfect thing to ward off bears." The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant, "I'm done." The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left and it's a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing. Ah, look what she made. A scooter with a sidecar for her assistant and her best friend. So I love how in this book she wants it to be perfect and she gets really angry when it's not, but then she gets a new perspective after taking a break. So there's a lot we can learn from this. So you're going to write in your journal about what lesson you learned when reading this story. And then maybe if you have an idea for something magnificent, what you think you would like to invent. That was the most magnificent thing. This helps us reflect on our growth mindset, how we can have great ideas, but we shouldn't quit. And if things get in our way, take a break, get a new perspective, and then keep trying. And look, in the end, it worked out for her.